You're listening to the Paul Higgins Podcast, where SaaS Consulting Partners scale beyond six figures. No inconsistent referrals, no small deals, no getting stuck in delivery, just proven strategies and real experiences to help you build a seven-figure business that runs without you. Ready to break the ceiling? Let's dive in. I thought I was the only one dealing with this. That's what one SaaS Consulting Partner said in our recent group call. Then 5 others jumped in, facing the same challenge: overwhelm, ghosted proposals, team growing pains, funnels that never get finished, clients going quiet once the project wraps up. But you're not alone. And the problem isn't your ability, it's your operating system. In today's episode, I'm going to share the 5 most common challenges I see SaaS consulting partners facing, and more importantly, what actually helps them to move forward. This comes straight from real conversations inside our group weekly calls. I actually went and took the recordings. Obviously, I'm not going to mention anyone's name, but they're topics from real SaaS consultants that they're facing each and every day. And if you are new, I'm Paul Higgins, and it's just you and I today. This is episode 608 of the Paul Higgins Podcast, and welcome if you are here today for the first time. Great to have you listening. So let's get into it. So what's the first key thing that I see people facing? One is you're doing too much and dropping the ball. This comes up constantly. I'm sure you heard it before. You try to keep up with client delivery, internal ops, sales, marketing, finance, and now the big kid on the block, which is AI, and it's all hitting you at once. Things slip. You clean up, and then the cycle repeats. What works instead? Block time. Block time for the low effort tasks so you can protect deep work for your high value projects. Number 2, cut meetings by 25 to 50%. So if it's an hour meeting, cut it at 45 to 30. Trust me, no one misses the extra time. Get help. Delegate repetitive tasks to VAs. And if you want a referral to a virtual assistant or someone like that, please reach out. We've got plenty. And be ruthless. Simplify your project list. If it doesn't create revenue or margin, let it go. And really, the people that are most successful are the people that learn the art of saying no. And I know it sounds really difficult, but it's actually easier than you think. So the big shift, you stop firefighting and start building momentum. So that's number 1, which is you're doing too much and dropping the ball. So number 2, your follow-up game is costing you deals. And this one really hurts. You deliver a strong sales call and then silence. The proposal's been open maybe more than once, but nothing comes back. Try this instead. Send the one word. So first name ? And this gets replies. It works really well for me, and you might have even been on the end of that. Number 2 is make a bold assumption. Even if it's wrong, it flushes out the truth. People love it when you make an assumption and they'll correct you, right? We're humans. We love to correct people. So just make a bold assumption as to why. Sometimes I, say, look, my hunch is this, and it might be wrong, but they reply and they normally say, look, sorry, I've been so busy, etc. The next one is share a quick video or case study after the call. And this really makes you proactive, and therefore it's a more likelihood of getting a reply. And then the last one is on the call, loop everything back to the key pain points, right? Don't be afraid to future pace using client examples as well. But most importantly, get comfortable calling out what others are too polite to mention, right? If you sense there's something not right, just call it out, right? You're much better to get a clear win than a vague loss. So that's number 2, which is your follow-up game is costing you deals. Number 3 is delegating still feels harder than doing it yourself. You hire a VA or a dev to save time, but you're spending more time fixing their work. Here's what needs to be fixed. Record yourself doing the task, right? Use a video system, Loom, whatever, and don't overthink it, right? Just record it, and then they can tidy it up in AI, and then have them write the SOP from your video. That's their job. Ultimately, they're going to do that SOP much better. They're going to get in more detail than you are. So let them do that and have responsibility for that. And as I said, AI is great if you need a custom GDP prompt to create SOPs. I've got a great one from one of our group members that I can share with you. Just reach out to me. I love this. Use the I, we, you model, right? So you do it together, and then they teach you it. It absolutely works brilliantly. And it depends on the cultures, but like, I spend a lot of time working with people out of the Philippines, and they'll often just want to please. So they'll say, yes, I understand it. And down the track, you find out they don't. The I, we, you model really fixes that. And a big shout out to James Schranko that I learned that from. The next is don't go cheap, right? It's better to hire the right person the first time. So it's better to hire a $15 virtual assistant, depends on the country, that builds the systems and gets it set up first, so it's less pressure on you. And your cost of training and your cost of rework is a hidden cost. So it's just better to pay the extra $5 an hour up front. The last one is, if hiring stresses you out, use a placement service. Don't go alone. And we can certainly help recommend different agencies and placement services for you. But ultimately, delegation should buy you back time, not stress you out more. And that was number 3. Delegating still feels harder than doing it yourself. So number 4, the second last, is your funnel is still in your head, not live. And you might be nodding to this one right now. Every SaaS consulting partner I've worked with knows they need a marketing funnel, right? They need a landing page, short video, email sequence, right? Nice and simple. But unfortunately, what happens is it doesn't get live, right? It sits within us. And if you want to see a quick example of our funnel, you can go to my LinkedIn profile. It will be in the show notes. And it's also, if you want to go there now, pause it, go to there. It's Paul Higgins Mentoring. And you can see in my featured section, the banner up the top points to it, but in my featured section, you just go through that funnel and you'll experience it your first time. And to be honest, I had, I was like a plumber with a leaky tap. I hadn't done that, and I only just fixed it in the last month, and it's made a significant difference. So, stop putting it off, just go and do it. And here's how others finally launched it, right? They did an ugly draft first, and you can't improve a blank page, right? So just go and do that. Half done is better than not done at all. And the other thing is you can use AI to pull key phrases and make it simple for you out of your sales call and transcripts. We've had enormous success out of that, and you use the exact words that your client or potential clients are using. Repurpose the content across LinkedIn, YouTube, and a newsletter with a VA's help, and obviously digital help with AI as well. And ditch generic content. Share client wins, hard lessons, and your actual voice in the marketing funnel, right? And people can smell an AI-generated funnel from a mile away, so keep away from that. Remember, done is better than perfect, especially when it comes to creating leverage. So that was number 4. Your funnel is still in your head, not live. So the last one, but not the least, is your client leaves and so does future revenue. You deliver a great project, they love it, then nothing. They disappear, or worse, go to a competitor. The fix isn't just better delivery, it's constant connection, right? Send them weekly video updating project, because, you think of the project all the time. For them, it's just like a speck in their week, right? And when they do want to think about it, unfortunately, you haven't updated them and you assume too much, and that depletes trust. So they just think, oh, well, this person's not great or not doing it, and they'll go to someone else. Offer monthly audits after go live. So, get them to pay for 3 audits for the year, and it just helps you stay in contact with them and helps you to see other problems and other issues that come up that you can solve. Proactively check in. Want me to take a look at X? And the way to do that is if you're still in their system, you can see what they're meant to be doing. If they're not doing it, then you can do that. So that's a great way of following it up. And once again, all of these comments and these actions came from the true problems that were faced in the calls, right? And some of these actually came from the group members as well, sharing their experiences. And the last one is keep showing value with newsletters, tips, or AI-generated content based on past wins. Once again, take all your calls, that creates a content, you wordsmith it as always. It's got to come out in your final voice, but keep them on the newsletter. And if you haven't already experienced my newsletter, you can go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/newsletter to see what's in it and to see if it's going to be right for you. And if you don't like it, you can always subscribe, but I always say at least try it. And finally, silence leads to churn, consistently leads to growth. So let me just quickly go back and wrap up what those key 5 things were. So number 1 was you're doing too much and dropping the ball. Number 2 is your follow-up game is costing you deals. Number 3 is delegating still feels harder than doing it yourself. Number 4 is your marketing funnel is still in your head, not live. And last but not least, number 5 is your client leaves and so does your revenue. My final thought is every challenge I just mentioned, right? Every challenge is what you shouldn't be facing as a SaaS consulting partner on your own. Inside our group calls, people share what's really going on, and others jump in with what's worked for them, their experience, saving months of trial and error. Sometimes the fastest way to move forward isn't learning something new, it's realizing you're not alone and copying what's already working. So if you're facing all of these 5 or any of these 5, ask yourself, who am I sharing this with? Who's helping me fix it? If the answer is just you, you can simply change that, right? And thanks for tuning in. If you're brand new, like I said, please subscribe to get future episodes. And if this really hit home to you, just have a think about how I might be able to help you with others in that group call. And you'll find other episodes like this in the show notes and on the website, paulhigginsmentoring.com. Enjoy, and I really hope that if you are facing one of these 5 challenges today, this podcast has helped you think of some ideas in eliminating those. What's one shift you can make from today's episode? Send me a message. I reply to everyone. And if this helped, share it with a SaaS consulting partner ready to scale beyond 6 figures. Because breaking the ceiling starts with one action.